Namaste, my Indian fans. How are you? I hope you're doing great. I'm H of the stage. I'm a vocal coach, musician, music enthusiast, and thanks for stopping by today. Today, I'm watching, reacting, and learning a bit more about your beautiful music. I'm doing this by watching this video called How to Sing Gamakas. It's by this channel called VoxGuru featuring Pratibha Sarathy. Pratibha Sarathy. Yeah, I hope I pronounced that right. I think I've heard about this term in the previous videos that I've done listening to Anuja Kamat, and basically I think it means sliding from one note to another, but there's probably more to it than just that. So that's why I'm watching this video today, hopefully to learn a bit more. If you enjoy these kind of videos, remember to subscribe because I do them every once in a while, and share it around. It really helps the channel grow, and I'm super grateful to everybody that does that. Also, if you want to see these videos for anybody else and also get entitled to some awesome perks like access to full-length reactions to music movies, to music concerts and stuff like that, consider becoming a part of my Patreon page because that's where everything is happening. Okay, without further ado, let's check this video out together.
Gamakas. This is the backbone of Indian classical music. In fact, it is Gamakas that differentiates our music from the rest of the world. So let's learn a little more about this beautiful concept.
Please
What
do.
is a Gamaka? A Gamaka is basically a connector between two notes. So instead of singing notes in a plain manner like sa ma ga ma ni da ni pa da ni sa,
Yeah, that's just
we add
straight.
some curves and slides and make it sound like sa ma ga ma ni da ni pa da ni sa.
Imagine just that little thing, let's say little, just adding that slide. It's a completely different world, completely different
Now when we
thing.
do that, it adds a lot more life to the notes and brings out
Definitely.
the essence of the raga. So
Definitely.
what are the types of gamakas that you can find? Well, Carnatic.
There are more types of gamakas. Well, now that she mentions it, I think I can figure out that there are maybe a couple of different ways to slide. It's not just sliding from one note to another, like in the same speed and in the same type. There are probably a bit more types, but how many could there be? Maybe 3 or 4.
Music recognizes 15 different types
15.
of gamakas.
Not
But
even
today we're going
close.
to look at the 4 most common types
Okay.
that you can easily recognize when you listen to a song.
4 most common.
The first type is the sliding gamaka,
Sliding.
where you simply slide from one note to another.
So
So
a
instead of singing
glissando.
it plainly like sa ma, we slide between the notes like sa ma.
So that's basically like a, let's say, normal kind of glissando, which you can find in Western popular music as well. She does it a bit differently. She gives it this kind of slide even before the first note. It's like she goes a bit downwards, and it's like she has this little bounce before she does it. Let me just check once more. What's the official name for this kind of gamakas?
The first type is the sliding gamaka, where you
Sliding.
simply slide from one note to another. So instead of singing it plainly like sa ma, we slide between the notes like sa ma.
It's
Or
a
take a descending
glissando.
example. Instead of sa ni pa,
Okay.
we sing sa ni pa.
But she doesn't go, she doesn't just go from one note to another like, ah. But she doesn't slide from one note to another in the same manner as, let's say, Western popular music does. When a rock singer does something like, ah, it is kind of the same principle, but the, execution, the audible difference, there definitely is a difference.
Now this slide is called jaru in Carnatic music.
Jaru.
But you can find these slides even very prominently in light music as well. For example, Kannalane. That was a
What's
slide.
light music?
Sometimes an entire line will be full of slides like தென்றல் வந்து தீண்டும் போது என்ன வண்ணமோ.
Nice. That
Did you
definitely
see how
makes
every
you move.
syllable was sliding to the next? There were no straight notes at all. So you really need to master this art of sliding from one note to another.
Cool. That
The
definitely
second type
makes
of
everything
gamaka
move.
is in the form of a wave or oscillation. So we take a note and keep oscillating back and forth. Let's take Raga Shankarabharanam for example. Now if we try to sing the notes without any gamakas, it would sound like Sari Gama Pada Ni Sa.
So that's basically major scale. She's singing A flat major.
Now even though we sang the notes of Raga Shankarabharanam, it did not bring out the essence of the raga, right? It
Right.
sounded more like the Western major scale. So in order to bring out the
Exactly.
essence, we're going to add some wavy gamakas between the notes. Sari Gama Pada Ni Sa.
Wow.
Only now it sounded like Raga Shankarabharanam.
Wow.
And this wavy gamaka technique is called kampitam in Carnatic music.
Kampitan. So imagine how fun this is. Just by adding these little, let's say, ornaments, spicing up the melody, it makes this whole world of difference, completely different thing. With my understanding of music and music theory, I would just say that's an A flat major scale. But with these ornaments, with these gamakas, completely different thing. So the second example of gamaka that she showed us is called kampitam. I mean, this is just wonderful.
The third type of gamaka is based on janta swaras or
Janta
double notes.
swars. Double notes.
So whenever you see the same swara coming twice, like sa sa, here the second swara will always get an extra push or a force from below. So when we sing sa sa ri ri ga ga ma ma, did you notice how every second swara we gave an extra force from a lower note?
I can't
And
believe
that is a type of
this.
gamaka. Take the song for example. Ninnu kori varnam.
Okay, so let me just stop it for a second. This is amazing. I mean, I can't believe how simple all of this looks, but in practice, it makes every bit of difference. It just I can't believe how I never even imagined trying this. I mean, this kind of reminds me of something that a lot of our music professors in the music university that I've attended years ago would tell us is that whenever you have same notes, repeating, let's say 4 notes in a row, you can never sing them all in the same way. There always has to be this kind of direction to where you're singing. For example, it would be kind of lifeless and meaningless if you would just sing ah, 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 ah. It kind of reminds me of practicing solfeggio and ear training. You don't put a lot of emotional, let's say, involvement in stuff like that. But if you were to sing, let's say, again, those 4 notes, but sing them like ah, 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 ah. You have a direction. It's not in the same way that she's saying them. Of course, she's using only 2 notes, and every second note is kind of emphasized. And as she said, it gives it some kind of push. And I would say it even has a bit of slide. Of course, it does. It's a gamaka, but it's very short. It's very kind of quick, and it's very interesting. I want to listen to this one once more because it was very short.
The third type of gamaka is based on janta swaras or
Janta
double notes.
swars. Double notes.
So whenever you see the same swara
Janta.
coming twice, like sa sa, here the second
That's-
swara will always get an extra push or a force from below.
That's
So
so
when
beautiful.
we sing sa sa ri ri ga ga ma ma,
And she even kind of does a bit of, let's say, yodel from her throat. I mean, that's a gamaka, but it's really quick and it almost sounds like It's almost like she's swallowing. She's basically closing the airflow and reopening it very quickly.
ri ri ga ga ma ma.
Sa sa re re ga ga mu mu. I can't sing ma because she places it very differently.
Sa sa ri ri.
As easy as this may look, it's not easy to pull off. Let me try.
When we sing sa sa ri ri ga ga ma ma.
So sa sa re re ga ga ma ma. Sa sa re re ga ga ma ma. The thing when she's singing ma, she closes it somehow. She places it very differently than what I'm used to. I would probably sing it more open like ma 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 ma, but she goes something like ma 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 ma. Sa sa re re ga ga ma ma. I really can't place it in the same way she does. Mama, mama.
Sa sa re re ga ga ma ma.
And it's very interesting when she's singing mama. I don't know how to place that tone in the same way she does. It basically sounds like an auto-tuned voice. It's very straight. It's really piercing through. It's interesting. I mean, I'm going to mess around with this, in my free time. My voice and the throat are a bit sore today. Maybe you can hear it, so I'm not going to try too much, but I'm definitely going to mess around with this in my free time.
Did you notice how every second swara we gave an extra force from a lower note? And that is a type of gamaka. Take the song for example. Ninnu kori varnam.
Beautiful,
And finally,
beautiful.
the last type of gamaka for today, which I call the vibration gamaka,
Vibration.
also known as spuritam in Carnatic music.
Spuritam.
Now, spuritam is also based on the concept of janta swaras, where the
Okay.
first swara is plain and the second swara gets an extra push.
So what's the difference?
But in case of spuritam, the notes move so fast that it just sounds like a quick vibration. For example, Kannamuchi enada. Did you notice those two spuritams in that line? You will find this very commonly across songs. And you might need some classical training to get it right. Usually, a song will have a combination of all these types of gamaka.
So the difference between the third example, the janta swaras type, and the spuritam is basically in the speed of the slide, in the speed of gamaka, if I understood correctly. So it seems that in spuritam it's way more quicker, and to me it kind of sounds different. It's more obvious somehow.
Finally, the last type of gamaka for today, which I call the vibration gamaka, also
Vibration.
known as spuritam in Carnatic music.
Spuritam.
Now, spuritam is also based on the concept of janta swaras,
Janta
where the
swaras.
first
So
swara is plain and the second swara gets an extra push. But in case of spuritam, the notes move so fast that it just sounds like a quick vibration. For example, Kannamuchi enada. Did you
definitely
notice those
more
two spuritams
noticeable.
in that line? You will find this very commonly across songs. And you might need some classical training to get it right.
Might need. Definitely
Usually,
need.
a song will have a combination of all these types of gamakas. So the next time you listen to your favorite song, try to break down each and every syllable of the song and observe how does one syllable move to the next one.
That would take
Is it through a sliding
a
gamaka,
week for one
or
song.
is it through a wave or a spuritam, and so on. So on that note, I'm going to leave you to explore the beautiful world of gamakas. For more
Thank
such
you.
videos, download VoxGuru, the music learning app.
I'm not sponsored by them or anything, but definitely download the app if you're interested in this sort of stuff. Well, I gotta say, this is definitely a new concept for me. Now, when I was hearing about gamakas before, I thought that it was just maybe one or two kind of different sliding. I didn't really think about it that much. But this definitely shows me that there's more to it than just, sliding from one note to another. There are 15 obviously kind of ways to do it. So I'm very interested to hear what those other ways sound like. So if you have some good videos to suggest on that topic, please leave them in the comment section so I can check them out. Thanks for sticking out till the end. That means a lot to me. If you enjoyed this video, like it, share with your friends, consider subscribing, and hit that bell to get notified about my next videos. If you enjoy what I do on the channel, consider becoming a part of my Patreon page because that's where everything is happening. You get to see these videos before anybody else. You get access to full-length reactions to music, movies, to concerts, to a bunch of other stuff. Check it out. There's something for everybody here. And what can I say? Take care of yourself. You look wonderful, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.